All right, folks, if you've just tuned in, I have Jackie Don Loe in the studio with me tonight, and we are talking about that event that Spot was just talking about, the 10th annual KNON Fort Worth Blues Fest, coming up this Sunday, folks, on April 14th over at Lola's Saloon in Fort Worth. And tickets are available now, and we've already sold quite a few tickets, I know.
Excellent.
Yeah, Jesse told me the day that we put it out on all the media, 5 minutes after we put it out, we started selling tickets.
Really? Great.
Yeah, so I'm always so grateful for that people want to come out. I work really hard to put a great lineup together and do a great show, but folks, I need your help to make it a success. You showing up is what makes it a success.
You know, it's really become, Lola's the last few years, it's always been a good crowd. You know, and people are there to be seen and to make the scene.
It is, and I'm so excited that it's that kind of event.
Yeah.
So I like to walk around and watch people interacting with each other, the artists interacting with each other and with their fans and everything that goes on. So, and it is a family-friendly event.
Oh, yeah.
People bring their dogs for the outside part. They bring their kids.
And all you said there's some photographers. There's always great photographers out there capturing the moment. One KNON guy I know is Tommy,
yes.
Sharp dressed man. Be looking forward to see him. Give you a shout out if you're listening. But it's great to see you finally get to hang out with people in the flesh.
Sure.
And not just through social media or watching videos of them on YouTube or something. You're actually seeing them live.
Well, it's also a little different from a regular gig where you're working.
Yeah.
So you maybe play an hour and then you've got 15-minute break, but you don't. In that 15-minute break, you got to do a lot of stuff before you get back on for your next hour. But if you're playing a 45-minute set, then you do your set and then you can mix and mingle a little bit and hang out.
And all the musicians are. I guarantee you, everyone brings their A game.
Oh gosh, yes.
No one. I think a lot of us you're playing for the musicians too, because you don't get to see each other. It's like, hey, it's good to hear you again. Good to see you again.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
It's a good fraternity. Yeah.
So again, folks, this is coming up this Sunday. It always seems like it's so far away, and then bam, all of a sudden it's here. And it is here. It's this Sunday. So doors open up at noon, and the music starts right at noon. There's no dead time in this thing. Doors open at noon, music starts at noon, and music goes until Glenn is actually scheduled to stop at 8:45, but if he wants to go till 9, I'm not going to stop that. So pretty much 9 straight hours of great blues and fun blues fellowship, if you would have it. Yeah.
Blues fellowship.
Blues fellowship. So you've got a guitar, and you're
the old Harmony.
Okay, cool.
Let me see here. I've got it in an open G tuning. I've been there's a little short story. There was an old picture of my mother. She was holding a Silvertone, the 1448 model, which I found out later Nancy Sinatra held that guitar in an ad.
Oh, cool.
The black and white model, real popular. Everyone's seen them. They've been around for years and years. Anyway, this was 1964, and she was holding this model guitar. Well, my friend Kelly O'Shea, shout out Hippies Dude, said, dude, that's a Silvertone 1448, and there's about 10 of them on eBay right now. And they were made with the amp in the case. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these that are in mint condition are going for $800 to $1,000.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I don't want to spend that much. But he found one in Maryland in a Salvation Army for like $300.
Wow.
Didn't have the case, didn't have the amp in it. So anyway, we get the guitar. It's the same model my mother was holding back in '64 before she met my dad, and before they even knew they would have a son that played guitar.
Before you happened.
yeah. And so anyway, Kelly goes, hey dude, we can date this guitar. We took off the plate, and underneath the volume and tone pot, it's dated June 1965, actually the second week of June. And I was born the first week of June 1965.
Wow.
So this guitar was, not this
guitar was meant to be yours.
And it's not perfect. It's got, in fact, the G-string's got a dead spot on it where it sounds like a sitar, which I love.
Well, sure.
It's got some dead spots where
So some people that would be a minus, but that's a plus
it's
on your side. Yeah.
That's everything that I wanted to do. So I'm going to bring it out too. I'm going to bring my cigar box guitar.
You
out
have to
too.
bring it now that you've told this story.
And I'll
Everyone's got
bring
to see
Willie.
it.
I call it. That was my mother's name, and I'm going to bring Willie out and play some open G. But anyway, for this particular moment, this is the old harmony, and I think this is from 1965 too. We'll just say, and we'll do a little tune. I might do this at the festival. I might not. I don't know. You'll have to go and
find out.
Here we go. Morning, said hello to the blues. Woke up this morning, said hello to the blues. Mister, please, the first thing I use. When I was a young man, I fell down on my knees. When I was a young man, I fell down on my knees. Said, Lord have mercy, help me if you please. An old man, I had to change my ways. Now I'm an old man, I've got to change my ways. I say goodbye to my yesterdays.
There you go, some Jackie Don Loe that you
Safe.
might get on Sunday, or you might not. You might get something totally different. It just depends. You're really good about reading the audience, though, and playing the room.
That's lesson number one. Play the room.
Yeah.
It's not always easy, and you live and learn. You make mistakes, and you might play it wrong. You might play it right, but you'll finally get to that point where sometimes a song list won't work.
Yeah, no, song lists I think are important in big traveling acts because they have to keep things consistent.
Sure,
but you know, in local places when you're in a local room, you need to respect your audience by reading the room.
And these days, the tip bucket is like the most popular member of the band. Sometimes,
Yeah,
a tip jar can make you extra money all the time, and I don't know. You have to pick and choose. I mean, if you're like I said, if you're in a touring act where you've only got 45 minutes a night and you've got that act down and you don't have to think about it, that's one thing. But when you are playing the local clubs where people are engaging with you to play a song, I've always said, listen, I can play it. It's going to be my own arrangement.
yeah, exactly.
It's not going to sound like the record. And I've given money back before from tips because I couldn't play a song. So. But I think for the most part, that's our jobs. If you're going to be on this level as a musician, you've got to make people happy. If you don't, then not too many people will come to your gigs. You have to, I don't know, always have to be friendly. You can be mysterious or whatever. But I think in the end, people do want to meet you. I mean, I know when I saw Doyle Bramhall, Jr., I was like, I paid extra to go hang out with him earlier.
Sure.
I was like, man, that's cool. And then he was late.
Oh, well. There's a consistency. There's a consistency among the brotherhood, folks.
I got to give him something that night that was pretty special. It was a picture of his dad from Schooners.
Mm-hmm.
And when Nate of Nate Seafood bought Schooners, he got all the memorabilia in there.
Yeah.
And I'd had this picture for a long time. And anyway, I got to give it to him. And he's like, look at it. He goes, man, I remember this picture I remember this. I gave it back to the family.
When you were talking a minute ago about that tip jar thing, I just saw this funny thing online on a Facebook group for musicians that said this guy was playing a gig and this guy came up with $100 bill and put it in the tip jar and requested this horrible song.
Yeah.
And so the musician took the $100 bill out of the tip jar, handed it back to the guy, reached in his wallet and took out a 20 and said, I'll give you 20 not to ever ask for that horrible song again. And I thought, whoa, that's pretty ballsy, but I sort of like that. Yeah.
Philip McBucket?
It takes all kinds of that kind of thing. That's right. But, folks, you can be part of the fun, and I can promise you this, that the Fort Worth Blues Fest is a good time. It is fun. You can be part of it. You can meet Jackie Don Loe if you've never met him before. And
stay away.
Yeah, no, you're not. There might be some guys on there that are that garbage, not you.
No, I always meet someone that I've never met, or I meet someone that's like we might be Facebook friends, but we've actually never met in person, and that's always cool to shake someone's hand and actually see their smile and look into their eyes. Instead of a digital screen.
And folks, you can be part of this. You can be part of the fun this Sunday by joining us over at Lola's Saloon for the 10th annual KNON Fort Worth Blues Fest. Doors open at noon. The music goes for 9 straight hours. You can get your advance tickets now and save yourself a little money, because I keep saying this like a broken record, but it's because every time we do one of these events, people show up at the door and say, well, I just heard it was this amount. Well, they're more at the door. So the price that you're hearing now is if you buy them in advance. So save yourself a little money. You know you're going. It is the big blues event of the year for Fort Worth. So get your tickets in advance from our website at knon.org, or before Sunday, go by Lola's and get your ticket there. That's right. You can do either.
Just have a pocket full of folded money. Leave that rolling money at home now. Come on, blues lovers.
That's right. That's right.
You will get your fill. And that's another thing about these festivals, that you've done a good job. You've got different kinds of blues.
Yes.
I can't stand it when people go, oh, the blues, like it's just one thing.
They don't understand. And blues is such a huge genre.
And you've got, I mean, I think you've hit every, I'm looking at the list now. Yeah, you've pretty much hit it all.
I think I have been lucky enough to get a lot of bands. I mean, you've got Aaron and Joel Foy doing a much more traditional style blues. You've got the Javelinas rocking out the blues. You've got Buddy Whittington bringing the real Texas Fort Worth flavor to the blues. I mean, it really is a wide range of stuff going on there.
Larry Lampkin?
Oh my God!
I mean,
bringing the smooth and the soul. Yeah, David Pippin, who is back here at KNON, I asked him if he'd be there. And I knew he would because his wife loves Larry Lampkin. So I knew if Larry was on the fest, I'd get the Pippins there.
And he's always a nice guy. I mean, he's like,
oh my
he's
God,
always smiling, just so happy.
Yes.
It's like,
he is an extremely nice man and a very talented performer. So we got classic blues. Marcy will be bringing her sassy 20s and 30s kind of blues. Yeah, just there's something for everybody there, folks. And I always say, maybe you go to a blues fest and maybe what you really get out of it is you find your next new favorite band that you didn't know about yet. So it is a smorgasbord of the blues. So the good thing is, if you go and you hear somebody you're not crazy about, that's only 45 minutes. You go to another room and see somebody else.
It's like a buffet. When you go
it
back,
is.
You're not going to eat that when they're doing.
I can't imagine, though, anybody who loves blues would be disappointed by anybody. Because it is just a great, fun lineup. So for people that might have just tuned in, tell them again who will be on stage with you. Okay, well, I'm going to be Sunday at Lola's for the KNON Blues Fest, the 10th annual, and I will be at 3:30 to 4:15, and I've got Jay Boogeyman Harris on bass, Peter Kaplan on drums, and I'll have young Zach Benally on guitar, and Euphrates Moore on guitar, and I might have a couple other special guests. That's right. Just show up. We only have 45 minutes, and I'm going to have my cigar box guitar, You bringing the ukulele this time?
No, I won't have time for the ukulele.
No ukulele,
but
okay.
just I might.
You're not going to commit to it, but you never know.
You never know.
That's
now
right.
that you said it,
You never know what might happen there.
I get so much grief for that ukulele.
I love that thing, though. I don't get it. There's such a big movement of it now.
Yeah.
I mean, when you first started playing it, it was kind of a novelty to me, and now I see out on Facebook and stuff all these people that are picking it
You
up.
can play anything on it.
Groupon just had ukulele lessons.
Yeah.
That you could get with the Groupon online. I was like, really?
They're cool. I mean, I challenge myself to learn a lot of songs on it, and it's fun. It's rewarding.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, since what you've got in your hands right now, though, is a guitar, how about another song?
Yeah, and this one I'd like to play. I just wrote this song the other day, and I did post it on that guitar. I'm going to bring a cigar box guitar and then the 65 Silvertone, which I call Willie. And anyway, I call this song Woodshedding with Willie. And it's not really blues-oriented, but it's
So you might want to tell them your mother's full name, because they might be confused when you say my mother was Willie.
Well, she went by Willie, but her name was Willie Dean.
There you go.
And but she went by Willie. But anyway, so this song is called Woodshedding with Willie.
I know you set your guitar down. You want to play something else?
Yeah, let me tune it up.
Okay.
I'll play something up in the lower fretboard where it won't twang as much. All right, folks. Tumble, crack the whole night long. Roll and I tumble, crack the whole night long. Get a little whiskey where I come from. The river with whiskey, I would dive in there. Dive in there, swim to the bottom, would not come for air. possession over Judgment Day. Find possession over Judgment Day. Fall on my knees, pretend to pray. And I went baby, she was all over town. Before my baby, she was all over town. Till I find her, she was putting it down. Yeah. Tumble, cried the whole night long. Oh, when I tumble, cried the whole night long. See, when I got you, baby, I find out. Come home, everybody better find my name.